Venezuela's ousted President Nicolas Maduro is expected to appear at a New York City court on Monday to face drug and weapons charges. The U.S. military seized Maduro and his wife in an operation early on Saturday morning in Caracas. The White House is now ramping up pressure on Venezuela's interim leader, Delcy Rodriguez, warning her that she could yet face the same fate as Maduro. And U.S. President Donald Trump has reiterated his claim that the U.S. is now in charge of Venezuela. One sector that he claims Washington will assert that control over is oil. Venezuela sits on the world's largest proven oil reserves, but for years the industry there has been in free fall. Now, Trump claims that U.S. oil companies, are set to return to the country to revamp the sector. Let's hear what he had to say.
The country is a mess. It's been horribly run. The oil is just flowing at a very low level, much lower than, even if it was badly run, it should have more income, more oil than what they're doing. So we're going to have the big oil companies go in. They're going to fix the infrastructure. They're going to invest money.
Let's get more detail on that. We can now turn to Mikhail Krutikhin. He is an independent energy analyst based in Oslo. What do you think that the U.S. aims to achieve with regard to oil in Venezuela?
Well, there will be no immediate effect because Venezuela produces less than 1% of global oil. And there is a very big problem with restoring the great level of production, because according to Wood Mackenzie, it will take between 15 and $20 billion to increase its production by 500,000 barrels per day. So it's a very long-term investments. And there is another problem. If American companies come to Venezuela to launch oil projects, they will have to replace Russian and Chinese interests in this country. Russia has invested over $17 billion, and the Chinese companies over $20 billion in the oil industry of Venezuela. And I don't think they will be very happy to see their investments lost.
Certainly so many global power dynamics at play here. Can you walk us through what is so unique and in particular about the country's reserves?
Well, the oil in Venezuela is mostly very thick and viscous, and it cannot go into pipes or tankers because it refuses to flow. So to produce that and to make it, deliverable, the country needs to import some solvents, such as naphtha or, other chemical solvents. And without new technologies, advanced technologies, which can be produced by American companies, and without the influx of those solvents, Venezuelan oil is not going to reach the market.
So then, therefore, give us a sense, because, I mean, we understand that Venezuela's oil production is less than 1 million barrels per day. What would it indeed take to accelerate extraction? What could the U.S. role be here?
Yes, it will be new technologies to extract this thick and viscous oil, heavy sorts of oil, and it will take to renovate the infrastructure of the industry. And according to international experts, it will take between 5 and 10 years to recover it to the level of 1998, when Venezuela was producing over 4 million barrels per day.
What would more oil coming from Venezuela mean for the global market? I mean, what would it mean for Russia's position in energy trade, for example?
Well, it will take quite a lot of years to recover the level of production that Venezuela used to enjoy in the past. And so I do not think that the changes in the structure of oil companies, Chinese, Russian, American companies in Venezuela, are going to affect the global influx of oil, global supply of oil. So right now we see that the changes have not, the price of oil has not been affected by the events in Venezuela, and I do not think it is going to be felt for another 5, maybe 10 years.
Tell us a little bit more about global supply of oil, because there are some experts that say that the world does not need more oil on the market. What's your opinion?
Yes, we see now that the excess oil which is being produced is about maybe 4 million barrels per day. So some of that oil is being absorbed by China, which is building and refilling its storage capacities. But the excessive oil on the market is depressing the prices. And the general trend for the prices is going down. So between May 2022, when the price of 1 barrel was $120, and today, when the price of the same barrel is about $60, is the general trend. And it is another problem which is going to plague the Venezuelan oil industry. If the banks believe that the price of oil is going to go down, they are not going to finance the investments of American oil companies in Venezuela, because if the price is below production costs, they are not going to get any profit from such loans and credits.
Mikhail Krutikhin, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Nicolas Maduro's court appearance in New York is scheduled for noon local time in the U.S. city. The unsealed indictment against Maduro, his son, and 3 others accuses the ousted leader of being central to a drug trafficking operation that has flooded the U.S. with cocaine.
No, no blood for oil! No blood for oil! Hands up, Venezuela, say!
Outside the New York jail, now holding Venezuela's ousted president, protesters condemned the U.S. operation to capture Nicolas Maduro as he prepares to make his first appearance in a U.S. court.
Whatever you may think of the Maduro government, that's not the issue. But the U.S. government has no right to go into a sovereign country and basically openly say, we're going to take the oil, we're going to take the gold.
What President Trump has done is illegal, and it's a shame. It's a shame on the U.S.
It's been a remarkable few days for Nicolas Maduro, who arrived on American soil with his wife Celia Flores on Saturday, just hours after they were snatched in Caracas by U.S. Special Forces in a surprise attack. Their appearance in court will focus on this document, an unsealed indictment that also names Nicolas Maduro's son and 3 others, including an alleged Venezuelan gang leader, with Maduro accused of running a corrupt government fueled by a drug trafficking operation that flooded the US with tons of cocaine. What happens here at the federal courthouse in Manhattan will be watched right around the world, with members of the media already staking out their places as the captured Venezuelan leader faces the American justice system.